Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. This is Sir Gabs. In this video, we will be talking about continuity at a number. Pero actually guys, ikaduhan na ito nga video. Ay, katulong mga video, no? In the previous videos, we had some examples. And so we have here another function, x squared minus 3x minus 4 all over x plus 1, checking if the function is continuous at x equals negative 1 or not. Okay, so I encourage you to watch the previous videos before continuing here para mas makarelate mo, no? In this case, we are to use gihapon the three conditions for us to identify if the function is continuous at this number or not. So first, we have to consider f of a. If f of a exists ba or wala. So all you have to do is to substitute, no? Pero actually, makita naman yung mudaan na dili, no? Okay, again, based on our knowledge in algebra, this function should not be, the value of x in this function should not be equal to negative 1. Otherwise, it becomes undefined. So look at this one, no? So letter A, if you are to substitute f of negative 1 to the function, this becomes negative 1 quantity squared minus 3 times negative 1 minus 4 all over negative 1 plus 1. And then after that, this is equal to this positive 1. This is plus 3 minus 4 all over, of course, this is 0. Now notice that this is 4 minus 4, which is also 0. So you will come up with 0 over 0. So we have this in calculus language, we call this indeterminate. And of course, this does not exist. This number does not exist, no? So meaning, diri pa lang daan, you already know that the function is discontinuous at x equals negative 1. Or the function is not continuous at this value of x, which is equal to negative 1. Because again, it does not satisfy condition letter A. Sa condition A, dapat si f of a may exist. Pero wala man siya na-exist. Pero this time guys, no? Kanina, there's a difference between katong kanina in the previous example, sa example number 2, we had 4 over 0 as the result. And that was undefined. And then ingon ta, the discontinuity, again, 4 over 0, and we said that it does not exist. And the function is discontinuous. The type of discontinuity was infinite discontinuity. Now, kung saan may tawag nga discontinuity this time, no? Guys, to verify, all you have to do is to continue lang sa letter B. Again, sa letter A, we already know that the function is discontinuous. But again, atong buhaton is mo proceed ta sa letter B para mahibaw-an nato ang iyahang classification sa discontinuity. Okay? So let me proceed lang Sa letter B, ang mahitabuan ni guys is this. We are to find the limit of the function x squared minus 3x minus 4 all over x plus 1 as x approaches negative 1. Now, in this scenario, guys, this is since we are already getting the limit, and as you know, di ba, kung i-substitute nimo, because we have that way of getting the limit, we substitute right away the value of a. Now, if we do that, if we substitute, then syempre, we get 0 over 0. Remember our solutions in solving limits. If we get 0 over 0 or indeterminate, it means you have to look for alternative way in solving the limit. Okay? So you may do algebraic methods for you to get the real value or the real number value of the limit. Okay? So karon, inani ang resulta indeterminate. So I can manipulate the function to get the limit of the function. So ang buhaton nato makita ninyo, this numerator is actually factorable. So this can be equal to the limit of trial and error, no? So this should be x, and then also x here. To get, syempre, x times x is x squared. The second terms must be equivalent to 4. So 4 and 1. One should be positive, the other one is negative. So that when you multiply, the result is negative 4. So syempre, since this is negative 3, I have to choose 4 as negative and 1 is positive. So that if you multiply negative 4 and 1, the result is negative 4. And then when you subtract, when you add, the result is negative 3. Okay, so you may check factoring methods na if ever nakalimot naman eh. All over x plus 1 as x approaches negative 1. In this case, guys, now you can cancel this part because this is just equivalent to 1. And then you will come up with the limit of x minus 4 as x approaches negative 1. So, kaninian na lang siya ang mabilin. And then when you substitute this time, this is equivalent to negative 1 minus 4, which is equal to the negative 5. Okay? So, the scenario, guys, is this. In letter A, the result is indeterminate. In letter B, the limit exists. Okay? Kaya di ba, anyway, sa may difference, anong wala man ako i-simplify ang function itself? Well, guys, in letter A, you have to use the original function because you are only to substitute the value of x. In letter B, Manggod, you are already solving the limit. So, meaning you can apply the methods in solving limit. And then, as I said, no, in the previous, in our strategies in solving limit, if the result is indeterminate, then both pasabot you have to look for alternative way in solving the limit. So, which means you can manipulate the function so that you will come up with a real number. Okay? Or maybe it cannot be a real number pero at least undefined para makasure na kita nga the limit does not exist. But in this solution of ours, we have negative 5, so meaning the limit exists. Unya, kanina ang timanan ninyo if indeterminate gani and then the limit exists, the function is still discontinuous and it's called removable discontinuity. Okay? So again we say since pwede ka punta rin since f of a does not exist, then f of x or the function is discontinuous at x equals negative 1. It is a removable, okay, the term, guys, is removable discontinuity. Okay. So, the removable discontinuity, mo na yung timanan, if we say removable discontinuity, kinahanglan, 0 over 0 ang f of a, unya the limit exists in letter B. There's no need for you to proceed in letter C. Because anyway, we already know that the function is discontinuous. Ang ato alang manggod, we proceed ta sa letter B because we want to know the type of discontinuity. If this happens again, then we say that the function is discontinuous. We call it removable discontinuity. And then guys, patanahon since natay term nga removable discontinuity, from the term itself, removable. Okay? So, we can actually redefine the function so that it becomes continuous. Again guys, removable na siya. So, kibali, kung removable, meaning, pwede din natong tangtangon ang iyang pagka-discontinuous. So, kung matangtang ang iyang pagka-discontinuous, then it becomes continuous. Okay? So, we will try to redefine the function. Okay? So, i-redefine nato. Redefining of f of x para makuha nato ang continuous function. Okay? Nali itong buhatan, Imong i-consider ang piecewise function. So, this becomes a piecewise function. Okay, I think I need more space. Sorry, I need to adjust lang ako ang space gamay. So, dapat dili ko dapat mag-start siguro. f of x, this is our function. New function kanang redefine tag function aron, ang function nga discontinuous, mahimo siyang continuous. So, this is the original function, x squared minus 3x, x squared minus 3x minus 4 all over x plus 1. Okay? This function is applicable only for all x element of real number such that x is not equal to negative 1. Again, the function should not be equal, the value of x should not be equal to negative 1. Otherwise, it becomes discontinuous. So, mingon ta, kani siya nga function is only applicable for all x okay, element of real numbers niya such that I think may go ba? Such that x is not equal to negative 1. Okay? So, again, ang idea is, kanina ang symbol is all, for all x element of real numbers. So, meaning, we use this function if we are only to consider all x element of real numbers lang takutob such that x should not be equal to negative 1. Meaning, tanang real numbers, walay labot ang negative 1. Again, ganong dili man ato apilon ang negative 1. Because if we do that, si negative 1, we already have proven na discontinuous siya sa negative 1. So, di na to siya pwedeng apilon niya. Okay? Unya, para ma-continuous ang function, you have to include 1 in the redefined function. So, kaniha, restricted siya sa negative 1. Okay, sorry, that should be negative 1. So, karon ako apilon para ma-continuous siya. Unya, sa may ipares na ako, it should be the limit. So, si negative 5. Okay, so ang pag-redefine na, inunahan yung pag-redefine. Ang pag-redefine sa function, the original function is only for all real numbers, pero walay labot ang negative 1. Okay, so kung saan na-agree. Sunod, imong isumpay, kung apilon nimo ang negative 1, ang ipares nimo ana is negative 5. Okay? So if you want to see ito, to understand it thoroughly, ang graph magudali guys, is kanaan na siya hollow. Ingon ani magud ang porma sa graph sa function nimo ani, no? So example, if this is your Cartesian plane, mao man guni ang function kibali ang simplified, no? Remember ha, mao ni ang original. Mao ni ang simplified ni x minus 4 after we did the factoring method. Now, if imo nang i-graph ang x minus 4, this is a straight line. Okay? So straight line ni siya na usama na 0, negative 4, so na diri negative 4, and then pagkahuman, if it's negative 1, negative 5, it's negative 1, and then diri. Okay, so mao ni porma sa iyang graph di no? Mao ni graph ni kanini ang x minus 4. Pero remember, ingon siya, this is the original function yun. Kung kani nga function atong tanawon, okay? Hollow na siya. Okay, buslot na siya. Buslot na siya asa. Buslot na siya sa sorry, this should not be the graph. Uy, baliktad guys, baliktad ito guys. Again, repeat. So if you want to see the graph, okay, if you want to see the graph guys, inani na siya purma. If this is the Cartesian plane, and then we say mo man atong original, mo ni atong simplified function, it is already a linear function, so x minus 4. Ang graph ana is ingonani porma, no? 0, negative 4, so na diri, and negative 1, negative 5. Yeah, so diri dipita. Ingonani og dagway ang ato ang function then. Again, kaning function is the x minus 4. Again, asa ni siya gikan, simplified form na siya gikan diri. Mao ni original, pwede siya ma-simplify into this, meaning mahimo siyang linear function. Karon, kung imong tan-awon from the original, ingon si original function, dili ko pwede og negative 1. Okay? So kung dili ko pwede negative 1, kay mahimo man ni siyang undefined, buot pasabot, diri din dapita guys, no? Sa negative 1, mo man si negative 1. When x is negative 1, ang iyaha di ang graph ana is hollow. Buslot na siya dihang dapita. Okay? So ang graph ani is kanini ang buslot ang negative 1 because di man siya pwede og negative 1. When you talk about x minus 4, si x minus 4 manggod is the whole line nga walay restriction, meaning dili siya, wala siya buslot. The difference between the two, okay, kaning duha pareho ra na siya algebraically. Pero in terms of function, kani siya dili pwede og negative 1. So buslot. Kani siya wala siya buslot. Tulid kina siya. Okay? Pero para mahimo na siyang kanini ang function, para mahimo siyang continuous, imong tapakan ang buslot. O, tapakan nimo ha. Imo na siya dihang i-fill in. Now, question is, unsa man na siya na point? Kaya diba, naputol raman siya at a single point. So, ang question is, unsa man na siya nga point, aron inisumpay na ako, mahimo na siyang straight line na continuous. Okay? So, again, hollow man to ganina, buslot siya, naa siya gilaktawan or naa siya giskip na usa ka point. Now, para mahimo siyang continuous, then ako tong i-fill in ang point. Okay? And I tell you, kana nga point, no? Kana nga point is actually -1, the x value, nga restricted, and -5, which is the limit. So, kung ma-fill in ko na diha, then meaning, ang imuhang graph continuous na. Or in other words, imuhang function is already continuous. So, muna itong gibuhat na rin. Gi-fill in ta ni siya. Kaya kung imuha ng hunahunahon, this is -1 and -5, which is just a single point. So, gikan dali, ang function nga buslot, diring dapita, kung ako ning ipuno, mahimo na siyang continuous. Okay? So, the function now is continuous. So, we already redefined the function into a continuous function. That's why it's called removable discontinuity. This happens when indeterminate ang imong f of a, unya the limit exists. Okay? So, that's it for this example, guys. See you in the next example. Bye.